Hello everyone. So today I'll be talking about the Kali controversy on Twitter. On September the 3rd of 2020, which is this year, Armin Navabi, the founder of Atheist Republic, tweeted a drawing of the Hindu goddess Kali. The drawing depicted her in a sexual pose, but her attire was very similar to the classical attire she is usually depicted in. Now, he also referred to the goddess the drawing as sexy in a way to complement her visual art of characteristics, but that tweet sparked a huge controversy in India, with Armin currently having 4 lawsuits at least in India filed against him. The Hindus retaliated Armin's tweet with some really vile, disgusting tweets of their own about his dead mother and things I really don't want to explain, but they did this and they destroyed their own reputation, which was made with decades of PR and gaslighting to the West. And they destroyed all that reputation in just 3 days. The Hindus are also actively hunting down atheists, Atheist Republic members, and even other Hindus who just condemned their vile retaliation or even showed somewhat of a support to Armin. Now, there are a few things we learned from this incident. The first is that the Hindus, they have lost their moral high ground, their higher moral foothold because of their vile retaliations and disgusting tweets, and they have just invited the entire world to mock and criticize their religion. The second is that they have absolutely zero fucking idea about what freedom of expression even means. Third is that they are they form a very misogynist and sexually repressive culture in India, and it leads to the mindset which causes rapes and everything. And the final thing we learn is that they have absolutely no fucking idea about their own religion, and they're just getting triggered for the sake of getting triggered, as if they are in a competition against the Muslims, and the competition is which community can get more triggered by offensive things. But these things are not even supposed to be offensive. Now, Kali was originally a tantric tribal goddess. During the period of Hindu synthesis, she, along with many other gods and goddesses in the subcontinent of various tribal and folk religions that existed back then, they were all assimilated, they were all appropriated by the Hindus in their Brahmin-centric society as a survival tactic for their own religion. So these particular specific gods and goddesses, they were not even part of what would be Hinduism back then. They were just culturally appropriated into the religion. And the idea of Kali is that of a strong, independent woman, and she doesn't need men to depend on or men to protect her. She can do that herself. That's why many feminists in India take Kali as a feminist icon. Like, it's kind of the same as many feminists in the West depict Lilith as a feminist icon. They do kind of the same thing with Kali. Now, the triggered Hindus are mostly fucking incel morons for the most part, and they don't know shit about Kali, because Kali is considered as a feminist, and these incels are trying to defend her. It's really laughable in the least. And there's also the thing that Kali is mostly revered in the eastern parts of India, which includes states like West Bengal, for example. And most Bengalis did not even find the drawing that offending or triggering at all. Now, most of the people who are getting offended are mostly from northern and the western parts of the country of India. And like I said before, these people are just getting triggered for the sake of getting triggered. They don't even consider Kali as a very important goddess in their culture. She is not an important goddess in the northern culture. They are most of the culture is like Vaishnava, and they don't really. Kali is mostly a Shakti and Shaiva tradition. Their reasoning that this is wrong, what Armin did is wrong, is that a strong woman like Kali should not be seen as an attractive or sexual figure. While I can always discuss and debate misogyny in India and misogyny in this culture, in the South Asian culture, I am not going to do so in this particular case. However, I will just point out the Hindu scripture, their own scripture, their religious scripture, which these morons don't even know exists. Now, the Vaman Purana is one of the 18 major Puranas in Hinduism. this is the book that I will quote, and many Hindus will claim that the verse I'm quoting is fake because their copy doesn't have this verse. Well, they don't really provide any source for their version. The specific claim that they make is that the book, the Brahman Purana, as chapter 27, because the verses I will be quoting is from chapter 27. So the chapter 27 of Brahman Purana has just 36 verses. The verses I will be quoting are 56 and 57. So that's the controversy. However, from my research, the Brahman Purana has 62 verses. And unlike these idiots, I can actually provide you with a source. Brahman Purana with English translations by Anand Swarup Gupta. He is an Indian, so there should not be any kind of Western conspiracy claim these Hindus love to make, that the Westerners corrupted their books and their scriptures and their mythology and their culture and everything. There should be no conspiracies. It was published in 1968 by the All India Kashiraj Trust, and it was financially assisted by the Ministry of Education under the Government of India. So it is a completely government assisted project. It was financially assisted by the government itself. So go check it out. This is the proof that I am giving. So I have given the proof of a government funded translation of the book, and I will try to provide the Sanskrit text alongside the English one as well. Brahman Purana, chapter 27, verses 56 and 57. When Malini was clasping the auspicious feet of Hara, then Brahma gazed at the face of Kali, which is more charming than the moon. Looking at her, he became impatient and his semen dropped. Perturbed, he made it powerless in his hands. Do I really need to explain this verse? The Hindus clearly have no fucking idea about their own scripture. While I often criticize Hinduism because it has a bunch of flaws like every other religion, the one thing that is not as bad in Hinduism is that it is not as sexually repressive in some of its scriptures as Islam or Christianity. The Abrahamic religions are very sexually repressive, and Hinduism is not as much as that. The triggered Hindus are just acting like the Muslims they love to hate. Thank you for watching. This has been the Queer Indian Atheist. See you until next time.